Welcome to History's Oddballs. Today I'm diving into the story of a man who led a cult and unleashed chaos in Tokyo's subway. Meet Shoko Asahara, the guru who thought he was Christ and nearly started World War III. Shoko Asahara, originally named Chizuo Matsumoto, was born in 1955 in Japan to a poor family of tatami mat makers. From childhood, he suffered from glaucoma, leaving him almost blind, one eye completely sightless, the other barely able to see light. At a school for the blind, rumors say he was a bit of a bully, intimidating classmates and taking their money. Not exactly the start you'd expect for a future savior, right? After school, Chizuo worked in acupuncture and traditional medicine, a common job for the blind in Japan. But in 1981, he got busted for selling fake drugs. And that's when things took a turn. He became obsessed with religions and mysticism, studying everything from Christianity to yoga. By 1984, in a tiny Tokyo apartment, he founded Aum Shinrikyo, the religion of truth. Sounds noble, doesn't it? Spoiler, it's not. Japan in the 80s was booming economically, but many felt lost in the rapid modernization, perfect for a cult promising answers. Aum Shinrikyo was a wild mix of every belief Shoko could get his hands on. He borrowed from Christianity, Buddhism, Nostradamus' prophecies, and even sci-fi novels by Isaac Asimov. Shoko declared himself the Christ, claiming he could heal diseases and absorb people's sins, passing on spiritual powers in return. His ultimate goal? To cleanse the world of sin before a coming apocalypse, a nuclear war started by America, orchestrated by conspirators like the British royal family, the Dutch, and the Freemasons, with anti-Semitic tropes thrown in. Shoko promised that only his followers would survive the end of the world and rebuild a new civilization based on his teachings. To attract members, Aum Shinrikyo launched a full-on PR campaign. Meditation videos, public speeches where Shoko was rolled out on stage like an in-flight meal, and even an anime. Yep, they made a cult cartoon. That's next-level marketing. Followers paid thousands of dollars to be blessed by Shoko, drink his blood, or wear headgear with electrodes that supposedly transmitted his brain waves. The cult drew in not just the poor, but the elite, wealthy people and graduates from Japan's top universities, making Aum Shinrikyo a religion for the chosen. Soon, they had 10,000 members in Japan and another 30,000 in Russia, where Shoko opened branches. But behind the shiny facade, sinister things were brewing. Aum Shinrikyo extorted money from its members, forcing them to sign over all their wealth. They ran shady hospitals, luring people in for treatment and then slapping them with massive bills. Those who tried to leave or criticize the cult faced a grim fate. They simply vanished. The cult performed bizarre rituals. Members were starved, submerged in scalding baths, or buried underground for days to test their resilience. Many didn't survive. What's the weirdest cult ritual you've ever heard of? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious. Suspicion grew, especially when Aum Shinrikyo rented a building in central Tokyo, blacking out the windows and posting guards. Locals noticed strange equipment being brought in, and one night they were awakened by a noxious smell. They surrounded the building, demanding answers, but inspectors didn't show up for 2 weeks. By then, everything was gone. Later, in 1994, a mysterious incident happened in the city of Matsumoto. Residents woke to a sharp smell. People started passing out, 7 died, and hundreds were hospitalized. It was a gas attack, and that area housed judges handling a land dispute case against Aum Shinrikyo. Coincidence? I don't think so. Everything came to a head on March 20th, 1995. 5 Aum Shinrikyo members boarded Tokyo's subway trains, carrying umbrellas and packages wrapped in newspaper. Inside each package were chemicals that, when mixed, created deadly sarin gas. They placed the packages on the floor, stabbed them with their umbrellas, and got off the trains. The sarin spread through the carriages, stations, and entire districts, including areas near Japan's parliament. People started coughing, losing their vision, and collapsing. 12 died on the spot. Another 50 passed later, and thousands were injured. Some left with severe brain damage. The stations were packed, and the staff, not realizing it was a chemical attack, kept the trains running, spreading the gas further. It was Japan's first major terrorist attack since World War II. No one was prepared. The police and military hit back hard. 2,500 personnel conducted over 500 raids on Aum Shinrikyo properties, arresting hundreds. They uncovered chilling evidence. The cult had killed 46 people, including members who tried to leave and even tested chemical weapons on their own. They had stockpiles of sarin, botulinum toxin, anthrax, and VX nerve gas. Shoko had amassed $1 billion in assets, bought weapons from the Russian army, including a helicopter, and planned to attack the Japanese imperial family. They even wanted to blame the attack on the US to spark World War III and fulfill the prophecy. Shoko and his accomplices were arrested. The trial lasted 8 years. 4 of the 5 subway attackers were sentenced to death, and the 5th got life in prison for cooperating with authorities. Shoko Asahara himself was executed in 2018, but Aum Shinrikyo didn't disappear. Part of it, rebranded as Aleph, condemned the attacks, but still faced raids for extortion. Other followers remain fanatically devoted to Shoko, hiding their beliefs to this day. So, Shoko Asahara, crazed guru or cold-blooded criminal? What do you think drives people to join cults like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you wear a brainwave helmet? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell.